Newsfirst Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
And a very good evening to you and welcome to Newsline Live, although this is a recording. Now then, in this sea of dark clouds and so on and so forth, and problems with the economy, problems with the weather, and God knows what else, we at News First thought that we'd put a smile on your face, much needed. And of course, we've got a guest here who will do just that. Internationally now known, globally well known, with a fan club or hits on YouTube extending to over 8 times the population of Sri Lanka. We've got only one word to say, Yohani. Very good evening to you, Yohani, and welcome to Newsline Live.
Thank you for inviting me here today.
It's an absolutely marvelous pleasure to have you, and our network is delighted. And as you can tell from the crowd in the control room, everyone's excited. We are all excited, as certainly the entire country is excited about you. Tell me, when you started this, before you sang the song that transformed everything, did you think for a moment at least that it may just go viral?
Oh, not at all. Because first it was just a small clip of a TikTok that I did, and it didn't mean much at the time because I was just playing my piano and singing it, and then the producer called me, Chamat Sangeet. He was like, and Satishan, the original owners of the song, was like, shall we do an entire cover of it? I was like, yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
So, and at that time, we definitely didn't think of it.
How have you been coping? You went to India, and that particular video attracted, I think, 177 million viewers.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to put that in perspective. According to David Letterman, when he interviewed Shah Rukh Khan several years ago, he disclosed that Shah Rukh Khan had a fan club of or following of 4 billion people with a B, which is of course 4 times more than the population of India. Now, if I take that on board and say to you that 177 million people, which is more than 8 times Sri Lanka's population. So you are, shall we say, an understatement if I say you're pretty well known here.
I'm not too sure. I mean, the scale is a little bit different, but I guess it's proportionate.
But wherever you go in this country, surely, whether it is in the hills or the north or the south or the east or the west, everyone seems to know Yohani.
Yeah, a little bit.
How are you coping with that?
Well, as in how I'm coping with fame.
With fame, yes. You're famous now.
Well, it's like I say, it's a byproduct of what I really want to do.
Which is?
Which is, I want to produce my own album.
Okay.
And maybe be able to perform it in front of about 100,000 people one day. So.
Only 100,000?
I'm okay with 100,000.
Okay. At what point did you think, oh my God, I'm famous?
Well, I don't think it has hit me yet. I think I'm still in denial about that. But I think if you're talking about a song, the particular song, I think after about 20 million, I was like, okay, this is going to go a little bit beyond Sri Lanka because our population is 21 million, if I'm not somewhere around that. So, yeah, after 20 million, I think my entire team was like, okay, this is going a little bit beyond Sri Lanka.
I got some questions in when I let it know privately.
Okay.
And a young lady who's a little bit younger than you asked me to ask you this question. How did you get in this business?
Oh, how did I? I think this goes back to 2016 when I started my YouTube account. And that's, I think, how I started. But I think the real change happened in 2019 when I came back from Australia to do music as a career.
I see. Also another question that I got in from our regular viewers is, what was your inspiration? Was there an inspiration? What was the inspiration?
Inspiration? To do music?
Yeah, to get into this industry. I mean, your dad has played his role to help our country in the army and so on. And so, what was the inspiration?
I wasn't inspired as such,
but you always had an interest in it?
No, I didn't.
Ah.
But, so I had a decision to stay back in Australia and do my accounting.
Right.
Or to come back and do music. And a lot of people said I can't do it.
Right.
And that kind of, I was like, you know what, wait, let me show you.
So that was the impetus to start.
I haven't answered this question before, but that's what came to my mind.
Right.
I think it was that because a lot of people said I can't do it, and I didn't really like that.
So that's absolutely amazing that that you weren't really inspired, but you wanted to show someone that, look, I can do it.
Yeah.
And boy, you've done pretty well.
I don't know whether that's inspiration.
Now then, do you think that you can, you've reached a real global audience here, with global numbers, with India driving this whole thing. Do you think that you can take Sri Lankan Sinhala music to a different level?
I hope so. I wish to do that as well. But I think I still haven't done it. In my mind, I still have things that I haven't tried. So there's only one way to find out.
To do it?
To do it.
To try and do it. Are you content with your 177 million viewers and of that video that you did in India? How many, for example, how many followers do you have on your YouTube account?
On my YouTube, I have about 3 million followers.
Right. But they're all waiting for just about anything.
I mean, I wish they are. I hope they are.
Well, I think that they are. Well, I don't know if you want to answer this question.
Okay.
But let's take a go, okay? You're in the entertainment business. You're there. Mm-hmm. You've made global numbers out there, and you've got lots of people. You've got 3 million on your own YouTube account. And everyone, everywhere you go, you're bound to be known. Now, if we look at the success of one Mr. Shah Rukh Khan over several years, and he leads a very exemplary life, family life and all that. And as David Letterman said, 4 billion followers. Now, in the same context, I said to you, you've got over 8 times the population of our country who've had a look at you on a video. Now, being in the entertainment industry, we're all sad, obviously, what happened to Mr. Shah Rukh Khan in his personal life with his son and so on.
Yeah.
What is your attitude towards this whole thing that is normally associated with the entertainment industry, which is drugs?
Okay. How would I say? I mean, I think it's a person's personal choice.
Yeah.
I don't think I should be saying anything about that.
No.
But as a policy, with my team, it's like you can't do, say for example, we'll say alcohol and drugs as an example. This is your job, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't come here and drink.
No, not at all.
Exactly. Same goes to when I'm performing. You cannot be under anything when you're performing because it's your job. This is how I stand. It can be different from person to person, and I respect that opinion as well. But this is my personal side of it.
So you have a zero tolerance
when I'm performing, when I'm doing my job.
Right. Thank you. Now then, What do you want? What do you aspire to do? I mean, I'm sure you're not just content with what you've done. So, well, I've gone there, did it, got the cap, got the 177 million hits, and I'm going to just sit down. What do you want to do further?
Well, I just want to keep producing music. That's my ultimate. And I want to be able to do, I'm working on my Sinhalese album, right. And also I'm working on an English one. So I want to do both and keep producing music. I don't see it as I want to do another hit song. Right. I just want to produce music that I like.
But you won't complain if it becomes a hit?
No, because I never expected anything.
Well, I know this is a talk show, and we've had people who come here and they usually talk. Sometimes they don't talk, but anyway. I thought I'd ask you whether you're able to play, whether you're able to sing for the Newsline audience.
Of course. Sure.
Well, wonderful. Thank you very much. Do you want to try that?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my latest single.
Okay, so it's an absolute privilege to have you. What is it called?
It's called Moving On.
Okay.
It's moving on from, you could say, moving on from a breakup. Right. If you take the literal lyrics of it. The song was written by Dilanjan Senuriratna. But for me, it was more about, because when we wrote the song, I did the melody. When we wrote the song, we were not in a very good place in terms of music. Right. We had a couple of issues with lawsuits and stuff. So I think when we wrote it, it was about moving on from anything. Just any situation in life or any negative thing in life. So that's what the song means to me.
It's all yours, Yohani.
Made it through an aching heart, remains of you, remains undue. Every time I find my way to live to fight another day. Every turn on the freeway, I remember you always. Haunts me for one mistake, pulled over my insane. I'm moving on. It's been too long, and now I know to find my way, I'm leaving you.
Wow, well done.
Thank you so much.
That's absolutely wonderful. The first time that we've heard it, and of course, by the time this program is broadcast, you would have heard it anyway. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's a song. It's a partnership we did with Red Bull Records. They operate from LA and UK. So it's been an amazing ride for us as a team to do this song.
Wonderful. Well done to you and to your team.
Thank you.
On that note, we'll go for a short break and look at this evening's headlines from the News First team. And it's one of the better programs that goes around, the Primetime News. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
News First, Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
Hurupemaka patelena, ruanari manahari sukumali numbatama. Hitalanga madavatena, hurupemaka patelena, ruanari manahari sukumali numbatama. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well done. It was lovely. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Yohani, I wanted to ask you, your song moving on, which is of course your new song.
Yeah.
And obviously wish you great luck with that song.
Thank you so much.
But tell me a little bit about that song, the production of it, the writing of it, and so on.
So the lyrics were done by Dilangjan Seneviratne, and he also directed the music video.
Okay.
And the track was arranged by, the music was arranged by Pasan Lienege. I've worked with him for a very long time. And it was mixed by Brian Malouf. He has actually worked with Michael Jackson, Queen, and Madonna, and so many artists of that level. So it's a privilege for us to be working with people like that as well.
Wonderful. That's absolutely amazing. I hope you don't mind, right? But I couldn't help noticing that you've got a fabulous set of earrings on.
Thank you.
It's lovely. Where, did you buy them off the shelf? What did you do with that?
I didn't. This is actually from the line that I'm trying to do.
Okay.
It's called Deloka.
Okay.
And it's not out yet, but I'm still figuring out the logistics of it. So soon you guys will be able to purchase it.
What about for the men in this world who want to wear studs and so on?
Well, I guess I'll make some that's unisex.
Okay. Tell me, Yohani, we spoke about your success and about your songs and so on, and your intention to start writing your own songs and so on. And obviously, as part of the network, we absolutely wish you all the very best and offer you any form of support that you want, because at the end of the day, our network at the Capital Maharaja Group, our media stables are all people-centric. We are the people's voice, and we say that very proudly. And so you are a daughter of this soil, of Sri Lanka. I want to ask you, what did you do education-wise?
Education-wise, I am my A-levels. I did my A-levels in London. It was all to do with economics, accounting, business studies.
Oh well,
yeah. And I came back to Sri Lanka and went to Kotalawala Defence University for my undergrads, which I did in logistics and supply chain management.
Okay.
And then I decided, because I worked during that time, I realized I need a little bit of more accounting, and for more exposure, I thought I went to Australia to do my master's in accounting.
Wow. So, well, you know, you'll be well and truly in control of your finances.
Yeah, I try to micromanage everything, which is not very good, but yeah, it comes naturally.
Well, that's good. So, does this mean that you've got a tax file now?
Yes, I do.
Bravo, wonderful, because, you know, we need all the taxes. So, have you brought back lots of dollars for Mr. Cabral?
Oh, well, the thing is, India doesn't have many dollars these days as well.
Oh, see, it's not only our problem.
No, but there are a lot of questions about how much money I brought back, there were so many false news on that, but it wasn't that much, I guarantee, but in the future, maybe.
So, Mr. Cabral might actually, would you like him to come to the airport and greet
Probably.
you? Ah, there you go. I didn't invite Cabral, you got a challenge. Come in. So, where are you going again? Where are you going next?
I am going to Dubai on the 24th.
Okay.
For a concert with my band.
Okay.
Then to, hopefully, India, which is not confirmed yet. But then I'm also going to Oman. I have a concert on the 16th, again with my band.
Absolutely wonderful, wonderful. Do you have any regrets that, you know, that you spent so long pursuing your education? Because you now you're in entertainment.
Yeah, definitely no.
No.
Because, I mean, I was in marketing, accounting and all that, and it's needed to this industry as well. So definitely I do not regret that. It actually comes in handy sometimes.
I don't know if I should ask you this. Come on, I ask all these odd questions. Let's do it, shall we? What plans for the future, family-wise?
family-wise?
Yes.
Well,
you're about to break hundreds and thousands of hearts out there. All these boys who want to get married to you.
Well, I think I'm married to my music at the moment. And that's my family.
So there's still some hope for all these boys out there.
Of course. Well, my family is actually my band.
Yes.
My parents, mostly my band, because I spend an awful lot of time with them.
Tell me that. Good, but we haven't spoken about, we didn't say much about your mum, but there's one other person that we haven't said anything about. What about that little sister of yours?
Yeah, well, she's not in this industry at all.
Okay.
She's studying medicine in Russia at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, she's almost done with her degree, and I think she's going to be coming back to Sri Lanka.
To serve the motherland.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful to be so patriotic in spite of the challenges that we have. But, you know, despite the challenges, don't you think that we in Sri Lanka, we're all happy?
I guess.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I mean, problems are there everywhere you go.
Of course,
so
yes.
It's how you interpret it.
It's what you make out of it.
Yeah, for me.
Well, you know, I have asked you to play a couple of songs. How did it feel when you went to see our president, the president of your country, of our country? How did you feel?
Amazing, as in to be there with the president. It meant something like, at least there's some recognition for the young artist who sees on the press and on the interviews.
Did you sing the same song to him, Manike?
Yes, I did.
Did he clap?
Yes, he did. I mean, there's a video.
Wonderful. What if I asked you whether you could sing one last song? You choose.
Oh.
What would you say to that? Would you?
My choice.
Yes, you choose. I mean, you know, if it's me, I'd want to listen to Manike again. But I don't know. The audience out there may not agree. I don't know.
Okay. Well, if I'm singing one song of my choice,
yes,
that would be my first song I ever did as an original. It's called I.
Well, I think that's a wonderful idea. Why don't you do that?
Yeah, sure. But it's a little bit longer than the both of them.
That's okay. You can take it, and we'll make time for you, because after all, you are Yohani.
So this is about my story from You'll See.
Okay.
වැටෙන තැනදී අල්ල ගන්න අත හිත දුන්ලුණු සදහට සරණයි 33 කෝටියක් දෙවිවරු බොරුවට ලස්සන ලෝකෙට යකා නටන හොරු ඉරිසියාව මුණට නොකිය දාපම් මට නඩු රසිකයන්ට දඟලන්නේ වේදිකාව උඩ සැකක් නැතුව ඉගෙන ගන්න දේවල් ඇත මට එදා හිටපු කෙල්ල තමයි තාමත් හිත යට ගැට ගහගෙන මේ වෑයම නොවේ රජවන්නට අපි ගොඩ ගහගෙන මැරෙන වලට අරන් යන්න හෙට සැරසෙන වද තව කෙනෙක් ගොඩ යන්න hina වෙලා පිනට දෙන්න දානයක්ම ලෙස.
Bravo. Well done. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yohani, I think we've come to the end of our program on Newsline. But it's been marvelous having you on the program.
Thank you so much.
And it gives us particular pleasure because, of course, you are a daughter of Sri Lanka. And to us, that's when we talk about one country, I think you represent you. By the way, last question.
Yeah.
Last question. How do you feel? Do you consider yourself as the brand ambassador for Sri Lanka when you're out there? Do you feel that you're representing Sri Lanka?
Yes, of course I do, because I am from Sri Lanka. And I say that to everyone when I go out, because then they would know that they would start searching for more from Sri Lanka. So, of course, I do that. And I'm happy to do that.
Yohani, good luck, and
Thank you.
God bless you in all your ventures, and thank you for coming on Newsline
Thank you
Live.
so much for inviting me here today.
It's an absolute pleasure. The Capital Maharaja Group wishes you all the very best indeed. Thank you. And that's the way, ladies and gentlemen, it was on Newsline Live this evening. Take care, and as always, God bless you.